All right, so I have Antoinette and Sean. Earlier in the service today, I looked over to the left of the altar and I saw Antoinette. She was really just sitting at the altar, just crying out before the Lord. I could tell the Lord was really ministering to her. And then all of a sudden, I saw her stand up and her husband, Sean, was just wiping the tears from her face. And the Lord just began to speak to me about how this is how he tends to his his bride. So Jesus, the bridegroom, is tending to his bride in the body of Christ, and just tending to her tears as we surrender at the altar, as we allow him to tend to those things in our hearts and all of that. We can trust him. And the Lord was just showing me this married couple and how they embody the way that he wants us to see him. And so I was just really touched when I saw that. I started to cry a little bit. And then as he was wiping her tears, I think eventually she got back down on her knees at the altar and just continued to pray and cry out to the Lord. And her husband, Sean, just stood right behind her, still standing guard, still protecting her. And it was so beautiful. I feel like the Lord was showing me something for marriages here in the natural, but also in the spirit. And it was so powerful. And I shared that with them. And Antoinette, what did you say the Lord was speaking to you at the altar?
So him standing behind me was a representation of God never leaving us, never forsaking us. And then also as he began to wipe my tears, God was showing me that that's how that's how he loves us. He's there to wipe our tears. He's there with us every step of the way. Just like my husband was there to tend to me, God is right there with us every step of the way. He'll never leave you. He'll never forsake you. And so it blessed me because you saw that. And I laughed inside because I said, Lord, he's wiping my tears. And God said, I wipe your tears just like that. I love you just like this. And even though God's love is greater, God had to show me through my husband, which is actually my Lord, little L, as the Most High God is our big Lord. And so God had to show me this. And he was even, as I was rubbing his hand, I heard him, I said, Lord, I love you. I love you, Lord. Lord, I love you. And I said, and I love my husband. So I thank God for you seeing that and you capturing even this moment. God bless you.
You want to say anything, Sean?
Well, I just saw my wife that, she was at the altar, so my job as her husband, as the head of my household, is to be her covering. So we joke sometimes when we're in the bed, when she needs an extra set of covering to get warm. I'm like, well, I'm your covering. So I just saw her in need and just being watchful. And it was even a revelation for me that it ministered to me because God was saying to me that, hey, I know what you need, and I'm always watching you every step. When you ready to get up, I'm gonna be right there to give you a helping hand because she had the sore, her right knee is sore. So I was making sure that she was okay when she needed to get up. So even God was telling me, like, even when you have a need, I'm gonna be right there to help you up and just to tend to you.
Amen. That's powerful. Thank you for sharing.